For the second time this season, Wimborne Town and Didcot Town fought out a 2-2 draw at Cuthbury this afternoon, but in very different conditions from the conditions that prevailed up in Oxfordshire earlier in the season. With Tom Jeffs not recovering from his groin strain, Steve Cuss played Matt Kemble and Jamie Davidson up front, and he also brought back Sean Bryan and Nathan Pepranen to the team that lost out to a last-minute goal at Sholing on Wednesday night. Jordan Cole and Billy Maybury dropping to the bench. And it was Wimborne that got out first. On the 12th minute, George Webb was put through in the inside left channel. He was uncompromisingly brought down by the Didcot's Brazilian goalkeeper. The referee pointed to the spot and produced a red card. Mickey Hubbard stood up, did the business, 1-0 Wimborne, and Didcot down to 10 men. But for the rest of that half, it would have been very hard to tell which team was suffering with depleted numbers, as Didcot made a real game of it in the rain. Half-time then 1-0 to Wimborne. 1 minute the second half gone and the teams were level. Didcot's left winger Morgan Williams scoring with a left foot curling shot from about 18 yards, and no less than the Oxfordshire men deserved probably. But the goal of the game came on 58 minutes, and it was almost a carbon copy of the goal that won us the game at Swindon Supermarine last week. Jamie Davidson won the ball, fed George Webb on the right, and his first time hard cross was met at the far post by Aidan Sainsbury, who poked it home. 2-1 Wimborne, and you think with 10 men on a heavy pitch there was no way back for Didcot, but to their enormous credit they did come back. 74 minutes, that man Morgan Williams again, from a free kick, round the wall or through the wall and past Jason Harville, 2-2. Steve Cuss brought on Steve Smith for Matt Kemble, and he brought on Billy Maybury for Mickey Hubbard. And Wimborne pressed for the last 5 minutes, and in the 5th minute of injury time they thought they'd won it when a cross from the left was headed home by John Blake, and he turned round to see the linesman flagging for offside. Didn't look like it to me, but you've got to respect the linesman's decision. He was in a far better position than I was. So that's how it finished, 2-2. George Webb was named man of the match, and I think if that final goal had gone in, you'd had to feel sorry for Didcot. He played 80 minutes of this game with 10 men, and probably deserved a point at least. They're not a bad football team at all. Next up for Wimborne, if the game goes ahead with the weather that we've got forecast, is Sholing here on Tuesday night, and then next Saturday we're away at Cirencester in the Southern League again. And if you want to be on the coach for that, give the club a ring. We're leaving at 11 o'clock, and we'll see you there. Steve, 80 minutes against 10 men, you must be a little bit disappointed with a draw.
Yeah, we're really disappointed. Didn't think we ever really got going today. You know, we try and play football, as you know, each week, and we never really did that. And I thought that we probably sat off them a little bit too much playing against 10 men. So we were given that great advantage and never really capitalised on it at all. So, you know, really disappointed today.
The pitch have much impact on the game?
No, I thought the pitch was playable. I don't think there's any doubts about that. We certainly won't be using that as an excuse. Obviously it was difficult to play in, but it was difficult for both sides, and you know, fair play to Didcot. I thought they came here, rode the disappointment of losing their goalkeeper after 10 minutes, and played very well.
I know you had a lot of time for Didcot. You liked their performance up in Oxfordshire when we drew 2-2 with them. They're not a bad team, are they?
Yeah, I like the way they set themselves out to play. You know, they try and play football and knock the ball around, and obviously when you're playing against 10, you don't really want a team that does that, because they'll still try and do that same thing and pass that ball around, and you know, fair credit to them, that brought them the 2 goals and ultimately cost us the game.
Mickey Hubbard had to go off. What was the problem there?
Mickey's not been very well. He wasn't very well yesterday, but you know, full credit to him. He wanted to give it a go today, but he was just, you know, breathing a little bit, so we took him off, and you know, Billy came in and showed the versatility that he's got. I thought we did reasonably well in there for the last 15-20 minutes.
Jason took a bad knock early on. Is he okay?
Yeah, hopefully he'll be okay. I mean, it looked a nasty injury, but you know, he did well to carry on and play the rest of the game.
And we've got a game on Tuesday. Any other knocks that you're concerned about?
No, we're reasonably fit at the moment. We're trying to get Tom Jeffs back fit into the squad. Wasn't quite ready today, so hopefully he might be a bit better by Tuesday. Kevin Gill's gradually getting himself back. Disappointed we couldn't get him on today, but you know, he'll get some game time and he'll get himself back into the squad as well.
And any thoughts on that last minute goal that wasn't?
Yeah, no arguments. Once I knew that Steve had touched it, I thought first that John had headed it straight into the goal, which would have meant that it was, you know, a legal goal, you know, a good goal.
Yeah.
But once I realised that Steve had touched it, fair play to the referee. I thought had a good afternoon. got some good advantages right for the goals. So fair play, you know, it was offside, we can't complain about that.
Thanks for your time, Steve.
Thank you.